Hi everyone, welcome to Triple E Department Lecture Videos YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the carrier current production. In previous video, we have discussed pilot wire production. Pilot wire productions are classified into two types. One is circulating current production and balanced voltage production. Those productions are used for short transmission lines. The transmission lines, the range is 30 kilometers, between 0 to 30 kilometers range, but carrier current production is used for up to 150 kilometers range. So here this carrier current production most widely is used for the production of extra high voltage transmission lines. So EHV, simply we can call it as a EHV, extra high voltage. Next one UHV, ultra high voltage power lines, that is called transmission lines. The frequency range is 50 kilohertz to 700 kilohertz. If you want to protect the extra high voltage and ultra high voltage transmission lines, we have to use carrier current production. So pilot wire production is not suitable. So pilot wire production, we need to carry the wire entire line. So that is very difficult. If you want to carry the entire line, one more pilot wire, the cost of the system, and maintenance will be more, and also the sensitivity of the transmission line will decrease. That is what pilot wire production is having some drawbacks. That is what we are not using the pilot wire production in extra high voltage and ultra high voltage transmission lines. These transmission lines we are not able to use this pilot wire protection scheme. So here carrier current protection having system. So wireless system. So we will see the in next diagram. So that's what this carrier current protection is more popular than the wire pilot production. So for EHV and UHV power lines, so that is called power transmission lines. Okay. So now we will come to the block diagram of carrier current production. So here we can see the carrier current block diagram. Here we have comparator, summation network and transmitter receiver. So without using pilot wire, so here no need to use the pilot wire, so entire line. So without using pilot wire, so we can use this system and we can protect the transmission lines here. So similarly what we have seen in pilot wire, here also we are using two CTs. One CT is connected starting end, another CT is connected secondary end, that is the end of the transmission line. So in between we have used current circuit breaker and line trap, and protector line is connected between these two line traps. Here we have a summation network, comparator, squarer, transmitter and receiver here. So here is like a protocol, it's like a transmission receiver protocol system we have here. Here two capacitors, coupling capacitors and choke coil we have. So in between no need to carry the pilot wire, entire system. So whenever fault occurs anywhere in this protected line, the system, the line trap will be sensed and it will move to the circuit breaker. Circuit breaker will operate and isolate the fault. So similarly, so that those things will record in this summation network. So transmitter and receiver will be there, both the sides, primary side and secondary side. This will communicate wherever the fault occurs, wherever the fault is clear. So automatically this system will operate. That's what this system we are using in extra high voltage and ultra high voltage transmission lines. Okay. So next we will move to the differential production. So differential production is used for internal faults. So internal faults means so any equipment, any transformer or motor or generator is damaged, so we can use this differential protection to protect those equipments. Okay, so which is used to detect and isolate the internal faults. Only can detect and isolate the internal fault, but not for external faults. So it is a more sensitive protection for electrical equipment. So external faults, what type of system we can use? So external fault like transmission line protection. So those transmission line protections, external fault protections, so we can use distance protection. So differential protection most suitable for internal faults. So internal faults clearing, internal faults isolation. So those faults we are using differential protection. So differential protections are classified into three types. One is simple, percentage, balanced differential protections. Simple differential protection, percentage differential protection, balanced differential protection. Okay. First one, simple or basic differential protection. So here we have protected equipment. So protected equipment may be transformer or auto transformer. Suppose if you take power plant, it may be generator, it may be turbine. Suppose if you are take load centers, it may be motor. So any system so we can protect by using the simple differential protection. So only so we can protect for internal faults only. So we cannot protect for external faults. So here we have the equipment, either it may be generator, so we can take it as a generator, transformer or motor is connected here in place of protected equipment. So here we have two systems, current transformer 1 and current transformer 2. So this current transformer sends the current, high amount of currents, and here we have a simple differential relay. So OC relay, simple differential relay. So here once fault occurs any place, so this current flowing through the line will change the current. So here the first current should be IS1 equal to IL dash and IS2 is equal to IL dash. So IL, how we will find out the difference of these two currents, IS1 and I1S minus I2S, that is equal to 0. So the difference of these two currents are 0, but then there is no fault. The difference of these two currents are not equal to 0, then fault may occur. Then so this OC relay coil, operating coil of the relay will operate and isolate this fault. So by that, so we can protect the equipment. Okay. So this is a simple differential protection, and we will move to the so now we can observe during internal faults. So how this simple differential protection will operate. So here internal fault occurs in protected equipment. Suppose if it is a transformer, primary winding is damaged, then fault is occurs in inside the transformer. So here, so we can see the current differences between these two links, that is I1S, I2S here. So we can see in previously the value equal to 0, but here some error current is flowing. So what will happen? So the difference is not equal to 0. The relay coil, operating relay coil will operate and isolate the fault. Okay. So like this we are protecting the internal faults for transformers, generators and motors. Okay. So next video we will discuss about disadvantages of simple differential protection schemes. Okay, thank you everyone.